call them cool, those hearts that have no scars to show, the ones that never do let go and risk the tables being turned. We call them fools who have to dance within the flame, who chance the sorrow and the shame that always comes with getting burned. But you got to be tough when consumed by desire, 'cause it's not enough just to stand outside the fire.
See the USA Today newspaper this morning? Let me hear from you. There we go. If you have not yet seen this, this is a feature story on the Phi Theta Kappa organization and our international convention. It's a 2-page cover, so if you haven't got your copy, be sure to pick this up today. You do not want to miss this.
Finding out you have cancer is like going to sleep in your own bed and waking up in the middle of a boxing ring. You're standing toe-to-toe with the heavyweight champion of the world. The crowd is looking on, and you're in your pajamas and don't even know how to throw a punch. I may never have the greatest breasts in the world, but at least I had them. They seem to please my husband. They fed my babies. And they definitely made my stomach look smaller. I have cancer, but cancer doesn't have me. Cancer can take my cells, but it cannot take myself. Cancer can have my hair, but it cannot have my heart. Cancer can claim my breast, but it can never claim my spirit.
What happened when USA Today printed the story that I had cancer gave me a component of my healing that I wasn't even aware that I needed. What happened was that women began to stop me on the street, come up to me in airports, and tell me their stories. Tell me and point to themselves and say, look, a 20-year survivor, a 30-year survivor. Oh, well, you know, they gave me so much. They gave me the courage and the honesty that I needed to face the disease. And they gave me something else. They gave me permission to laugh in the face of a deadly disease. Shortly thereafter, I went out after chemo to exercise my arms, you know, during chemo and after surgery, because I had lost both breasts and I needed to do that. And I decided I would do it by throwing the ball for our golden retriever. So I go out and I throw the ball and I'm throwing it and I'm throwing it, and eventually even the golden retriever got tired, and you have to work at that. And he dropped the ball at my feet and I bent over to pick it up, and one of my brand new prostheses fell out of my t-shirt. And it fell on the ground. And the dog picked it up. And the dog ran off down the street with it in New York City. And I ran off down the street after the dog, shouting, "Give me my breast." I said, "Give me my breast right now," to a dog. Somewhere a bolt of sanity struck, and I sat down on the curb and I began to laugh. And I laughed until I cried, because you are going to cry. There is nothing that says you can't laugh as well. So I took my laughter from the brave women who had walked this highway before me. And I take my courage from the women that come up to me at events like this and say, look at me, I'm a survivor. The number of American women who have died of breast cancer is more than twice more than twice the number of all Americans killed in World War I, World War II, the Korean War, Vietnam, and both Gulf Wars. But I would like to say to all the women everywhere that we are still sexy, we are still powerful, and we are still here. And so it goes. Thank you.
We call them strong, those who can face this world alone, who seem to get by on their own.
He was the Broadway conductor for Cats, and as we noted, wielded the baton for the final performance of that unforgettable show. Jerry has also appeared on Broadway as an actor, most notably in the Tony Award-winning Master Class. While today Jerry works primarily as a conductor, we know he is an accomplished pianist. We heard him in concert this evening. Please welcome to the stage your 2004 Distinguished Alumnus, Mr. Jerry Steichen.
And the community college experience, to me, completely changed my life. I went to college determined to be an international tax lawyer. I thought that's what I was going to do with my life, and I took all of those accounting classes and business law classes, but at the same time, because I was at a junior college where none of the classes were big and where no one ever said, no, you can't be that involved. I was also in the show choir, and I was in the plays, and I was in the musicals, and I worked in the chemistry department titrating solutions, and I repossessed refrigerators, and it was one of the great opportunities of my life to try absolutely everything because nobody said no, I couldn't. And the answer was always yes, the possibilities are limitless. And community college gave me that opportunity.
This may come as a shock to some of you in the audience, but television's job at the moment is not to produce Emmy award-winning shows like The West Wing or Angels in America. The main purpose is to sell toothpaste and underarm deodorant. It's a fact of life. And to do that, they've got to attract the largest possible audience. TV caters to the tastes and wishes of the audience.
There seems to be a consensus following the Super Bowl halftime show that things maybe have gone a little too far. What can or should the entertainment industry do to resist the escalating cycle?
CBS is owned by Viacom. MTV is owned by Viacom. To turn over the halftime entertainment to MTV people is like turning over the asylum to the lunatics. You can't take the biggest American event that's open to all people of all ages and have the halftime entertainment go to one narrow little segment.
We call them weak, who are unable to resist the slightest chance love might exist. And for that,
the Pi of Texas Alumni Association members have a challenge for you. We challenge you to join our association at Texas A&M University Commerce.
What if I were to tell you that Thomas Edison owned a record label, that more country music albums are sold in Germany than any other country in the world, and that the most revenue-generating song in the entire history of music is a popular song that we hear each and every year? Is it anybody's birthday today? 'cause it's the happy birthday song. From poodle skirts to hipsters, from bell bottoms to baggy jeans, popular culture reflects who we are showing in the fashion that we choose to represent our time period. Popular culture has changed, grown, and taken so many different paths that now any person can have a chance at becoming a star. Just look at American Idol, from Kelly Clarkson to Ruben Studdard, and even like William Hung, who, like myself, has no professional training. He performed She Bangs for a worldwide audience.
Ladies and gentlemen, your 2004-2005 Division II Vice President is Severin Zindler.
Life is not tried, it is merely survived if you're standing outside the fire. There's this love that is burning.
Hold the standards. To uphold the standards of Phi Theta Kappa, of Phi Theta Kappa.
Wanting to fly higher and higher.
The fourth runner-up for most distinguished chapter from Texas, Beta Alpha chapter, Lynn College.
Standing outside the fire. Standing outside the fire. Life is not tried.
The second runner-up to most distinguished chapter is, from Texas, Iota Alpha chapter.
Standing outside the bar. Standing outside the bar. Life is not tried, it is merely survived if you're standing outside the bar.
The 2004 distinguished regions are
the Texas region, Dr. Mary Hood, coordinator.
Standing outside the bar. Standing outside the bar. Life is not tried, it is merely survived if you're standing outside the fire.
Ben Wakota Regional Coordinator Barb Murray and Regional President Aaron Minetti will pass the convention flame to Texas Regional Coordinator Dr. Mary Hood and Regional President Arthur Vargas.
We'll see you in Dallas.